Very good morning to you. Today we are covering the part first of logistic regression. In the previous videos, you have came across about spot vector machine, namespace. This is another classifier which is a probabilistic model, just like we have covered namespace. Before proceeding further, this tutorial is not about the details of logistic regression. This is about the details of a probability and odds. Because unless and until you don't understand this concept, the moving towards the regression model would be something unjustified. So I have divided the video into many parts. Maybe consider about 2 or 3 parts. The first part will give you the basic knowledge about the probability. I have selected these images as the first page because if you look at the dice or the cards, your mind gets reflected towards the probability. So this is the reason why I have selected these images for the front view, because this is not a new concept. You have already known this in the 10th standard or even in the plus 2 non-medical about, or even the math about detect for the probabilities. So let us discuss the outline. Sorry, I said outline. Outline says about what is probability, what is odds, what is odd ratio, what is logistic regression, and what is logistic odd. Uh, the last part is why we use the logistic odd instead of probability. So if you learn this concept, you will definitely learn something new today. Probability is the measure of the likelihood the event will occur. Basically, it says that if you want to get the probability of an event, you should know the number of ways it can happen upon the total number of outcomes. I have just shown here the image of a card. For example, you want to know about this ace card, the probability. There are 4 ace, total number of outcomes are 52. The probability of occurrence of ace is 4 by 52. We all know that. So these are some basic concepts. You can also subscribe us if you really like the quality of the video and the understanding of the concepts. Just moving to the next slide. What is OS? This is one of the things that you have encountered many times, but maybe you should know it in a better way. So it is the ratio of probability of occurring to the probability of non-occurring. Let P be the probability of occurrence, hence 1 minus P is the probability of non-occurrence. It tells the ratio of success to failure. So probability odds means the probability of success to failure. Just I say the probability of Jack. Jack is also known as knaves. Uh, we know that there are total 4 jacks in a deck of 52 cards. So the probability of a jack definitely is 4 by 52, and the probability of no jack is 1 minus p. So the probability of odd is equal to the probability of jack upon probability of not jack, which is equal to 0.08. This calculation, there is no need to discuss about the calculation. Okay. These are simple. Now, next slide. This is what I say. The probability of odd is equal to P, that is the probability of success, upon 1 minus P, which is a probability of failure. Now, odd ratio. It can be simply said as the ratio of two odds. When I just click here, you will get as the probability of odd 1 or the probability of odd 2. For example, I have the probability of odd of jack is 0.08. Now I calculate the probability of ace or king. We know there are 4 ace and 4 king. So total probability of ace or king is 8 by 52. Probability of not ace is calculated. Again, the probability of odd of ace or king is calculated. And at the final stage, the odd ratio is calculated by putting the probability of odd of jack in the numerator and the probability of odds of ace or king in the denominator. Now comes the climax of the topic. Now comes the main consideration of the topic. Now comes the main part of this tutorial, that is logistic regression, which is divided into two or more videos. So this video is basic to understand you what is probability and odds, so that when in the next uh, video we will encounter such words, you have the basic knowledge. So it's very understandable for you to learn the things, and that is the motto of AI Sangam, that is the motto of me to present this video. Stochastic regression is a probabilistic method in which the probability of a dependent variable is calculated with linear combination of independent variables. To explain the difference between the dependent and the independent variable, let us consider an equation y is equal to f of x. Here, the value of y depends upon the value of x. If you don't put any value of x, you will not calculate the value of y. Hence, y is dependent on x and hence called a dependent variable, whereas x is the value that you substitute, so it is an independent variable. Expression and its calculation along with the mathematics will be discussed in the part 2 of the logistic regression. Now, the last slide and one of the most important slide. This type of questions can be asked to you in the interviews if you're going to give the interview of a data scientist or if you are appearing in the MNC. So friends, try to cooperate in this slide and try to be with me while I speak. You know, we can use the simple probability for this logistic regression. The question arises, why logistic odds is used? What is the need to use the logistic odds instead of simple probability? Answer is written in front of you. The logarithm of an odd can take any positive or a negative value, but for the probability, answer must lie between 0 or 1. Linear model using log of odds won't lead to impossible prediction, but same does not hold true for probability. The probability range is 0 to 1, whereas the log of odd ranges from minus infinity to plus infinity. So with the probability, it is very difficult to model a variable. The last point, which is much important, the logic transformation. Logic is a word. Logic basically means it is providing a linkage between the dependent variable and the linear combinations of independent variable, or between the output and predictor, or between the data and the target. So its transformation is easiest to understand and interpret while comparing it with the profit transformation. The rest part of logistic regression will be covered in the coming videos. Thank you for listening to this video. Have a great day ahead.